an enigma. Now, you're an enigma because you took a big risk by famously leaving the job at Shell.
The risk thing is interesting for me because I can't remember who said this, but it's a great quote. They said the biggest addiction in America is not opiates, it's a monthly salary. And I really think for me, the big step change, like people often sort of think about, well, I'm going to move from this job to this job and I'll get paid 15% more or 20% more, whatever it is, it doesn't make any odds. I think working for yourself and working for a company, that's the big difference there. So you take a risk.
Yeah, I absolutely love this from Jimmy Carr just there. You do take a risk when you exit a secure job to do it by yourself, to do it on your own, which is amazing. But again, you also take a risk by staying stagnant and staying exactly as you are. When you get to the tender age of, 70, which I think is the new retirement age, and you look back and think, fuck, I've literally just worked so hard for somebody else's dream. I've worked so hard to put money in someone else's pocket. What would you rather? Would you rather get to the end and think, I'm really happy I took a risk on me. I'm really happy about that. I was just speaking to a teacher today who, it was horrible, literally so traumatic. She had this head teacher who was such a narcissist and a gaslighter, literally shouted at her because the teacher refused to be spoken to in that way. The head teacher was shouting things like, you will abide by my rules. Like literally shouting. And she said, well, you know what? I need to go because this is too much. And next time we have a conversation, someone else is going to be in the room with me. And she left. There's another teacher as well who, it's absolutely horrendous. Like a school, literally, this wonderful lady had cancer, got through it, battled through it, and went back to the school. The school turned around to her and said, you owe us £60,000 because of the fees we spent on outside agencies to cover your shift, which could be your time away. She was like, no. She said, no, it's okay. You won't even notice. We'll take small amounts out of your pay. Wild. So this is what I love, what Jimmy Carr just said. You're literally taking a risk by staying exactly as you are. So if you want more from life, go and get it. If you want something you never had, you have to do things you've never done. And guess what? Yeah, it's going to be scary. That's the whole point. You can either just stay stagnant in your little town, your little bit, or you can get out and experience life and do things for yourself. Anyway, I think there's two types of people in this world. There's the hammer and the nails. The nails work really hard for somebody else's dream, and the hammers create the dreams for themselves and get the nails to do to work for them. It's up to you.